Hey there, guys. It's Kelly. Um, First of all, let me say Happy Memorial Day for all of you that have given of your life to serve in our military in any capacity. I thank you. For all of you that have lost someone who gave all to serve our country, I thank you. And just know that I am praying for your families today and that your family's gift has not gone unnoticed. And I know a lot of times it probably seems as if it has, but I notice, and I want you to know that. Secondly, I want to apologize to all of you who have been wondering what in the world happened to me um, after I had my back surgery. It was it was pretty extensive. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess because this is, surgery number a billion or whatever, that I'd be used to it. But the surgery was definitely much more intense. I have a 9.5 inch long scar to prove it. And I was in the hospital for 5 days. During those 5 days, they had a very difficult time getting my blood pressure to stabilize. It was very low, which my blood pressure on a normal basis is low anyway, so I wasn't as worried about it as the hospital staff was. But I was also in another state where they did have access to my medical records, but probably not as quickly as if I would have been home. So while I was there, I got 3 units of blood, and Dad says I'm part New Yorker now, so I'm pretty cool with that. But anyway, I will definitely say that after that 3rd unit of blood, I really truly started to feel better and started to feel more like myself, and was able to get up and walk around and not be so dependent. And well, definitely I'm still dependent, so that's not even the right word, but not be so sedentary that I couldn't even get out of bed, and trying to get out of bed caused me to cry hysterically those first few days. But every day I'm getting stronger. I ended up staying in New York. Mom and I stayed. We got there on April 10th. I had the surgery on April 13th. I was released from the hospital on April 18th, and we were able to fly home on April 30th. And let me tell you, New York is my kind of town, but there is nothing like the great state of Texas. And I know that it's going to get hot this summer, and I'm just going to smile and grin all the way through it because I'm home, and I'm so thankful to be home. While I was in New York, I got to connect with family that I don't get to connect with very often, and that was really, truly a blessing. And I was able to stay with my cousins, Ginger and Adele, and their sweet family, and really get to bond with their family. And I was able to see my cousins in Connecticut, Jean and Bill, and they really went above and beyond. I mean, one day Bill drove from Connecticut, picked us up in right outside of New York City, and drove me to a appointment in New York. That's all he was doing that day. And I mean, that's the kind of people that they are. And then I got to spend time with my aunt and uncle, my Uncle Van, which is my mom's brother, and my Aunt Nancy. The rest of the family is on my dad's side, so this is the part of the family that I got to see on mom's side. And it was really fun because anytime we're together, it's a big group. It's just a big group of people. You don't get to have that personal connection. And so we went and had lunch, and we leisured over lunch and just enjoyed each other. And I enjoyed watching my mom be a big sister as opposed to be mom, you know? I mean, she was, you know, giving Uncle Van a hard time. He's baby brother. So, I mean, she was still stealing stuff off of his plate. Sorry, Mom, I'm telling on you, but, you know, that's the way it is. So, anyway, we got home. My darling husband, Matt, who had been holding the fort down here, met me with a beautiful red rose and my baby boy, my puppy Gizmo, at the airport. And then I saw my pop, my daddy, and I mean, it was just wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful to see family. You know, I mean, I'd been surrounded by family, but to see my husband was just one of the most wonderful moments of my life. And surprisingly, I didn't cry that much, you know, and I really thought I was going to be a basket case going up there. Matt nor I, well, we've never been apart from each other before now, over longer than a weekend, and our July will be 16 years of marriage. And so that was a big shock. Huge shock. But I didn't cry. Thankfully, I had family around. And thankfully, my sweet family here, Dad and Christy and Brad and Kim and Daryl, they all checked up on Matt and had him go out to dinner. And some of his really good friends, Joey and John, they got him out of the house. So he wasn't home alone all the time. And I can't tell you guys how thankful I am for that, for taking care of him while I was having to focus on my recovery. And speaking of my recovery, I am still recovering. I am not to the point yet where I'm even able to begin physical therapy, but I will be able to the first full week of June, which is really exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. I've been doing the physical therapy that I was given while I was in New York, which is walking around 30 minutes a day, obviously not 30 minutes at a time, 5 to 10 minutes here and there during the day. And then also going up on my toes and down, doing reps of 10 of those, 3 reps of 10, 3 times a day. And that's just to help build the strength back that I've lost over this last almost 4 years. October 7th, it will be 4 years. And I plan fully on October 7th to go out and go dancing. And, I feel like my life is starting over, like our life is starting over. I am so happy. I feel so much better. I feel better in a little over a month and a half, almost 2 months, than I have in the last 3.5 years. So I know something got done correctly. And a big shout out to everybody up at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York. They went above and beyond and were so kind and sweet and generous. And my spine specialist, Dr. McCants, you're a miracle worker, dude. I mean, not only is he amazing at what he does, he has such a kind spirit and a wonderful bedside manner that is really, really nice when you're out of your element completely. And all of his staff, they just were amazing. And also Lenox Hill Radiology, they worked me in to get everything taken care of. I was under the medical care of Dr. Nicholas Dubois, and he was amazing. His entire staff was amazing. And let's see. Dr. McCants, one thing that he did while he was in the operating room is he looked at the scarring that had been there before and decided to call in a plastic surgeon to close me up. And Dr. Maman was the plastic surgeon that he used. And another just fantastically wonderful man who took excellent care of me and was able to pull good muscle together so that I have an excellent chance of it not splitting like most of my scars before have. And it has not. And it is healing up very nicely. And it is healing. It is right on the spine. And, there are already things that you can't tell it was there before. So I thank you for that. For my cousins, Ginger and Adele, you know what all you did for me. Adele works at Mount Sinai, and he's over a unit there that he's familiar with many of these doctors, and was able to come in and really communicate with them what I was needing, as well as communicating with the nursing staff things that he thought should be happening, and he was fully in his capacity to do so. I had given him that full right. So I thank you guys for that. And Marina, thank you for taking care of us every day and making sure we had food, and just talking and hanging out, and how you take care of their kids. They're wonderful children who are growing up just so quickly. And I know this has gone on a little bit long, but I know that I have not posted on GoFundMe since I've gotten home. I've started many times, and then every time I would get a phone call and I'd get off of that screen and go back to it and it would be gone. So I figured the easiest and the quickest thing to do would just be to go back and do a video and let you guys know what's happened since then and what will be happening coming up. I have a 2-month checkup that Dr. McCants is going to allow to be done here, and I'm so thankful for that. Just absolutely so thankful. And also, I will be going up though for my 6th month, and we are, a lot of these bills are starting to come in, and Matt and I have to just keep looking at each other and saying, God is in control of this. He has taken care of us so far. Y'all have blessed us and helped us so much. I can't tell you the blessing that you have been. And I ask for your continued prayer. I have something called dry mouth syndrome. It's from when you use narcotics for too long of a period of time without making sure that your teeth are really hydrated. I always just thought I was thirsty. I didn't realize that it was actually an issue. But my teeth are now breaking and falling out. I've had to have 2 removed so far, and I'm going to have another one removed in the next week. It will probably end up costing me way more money than I ever have to spend. I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know what we'll do, but God has brought us this far. And to be honest, I'd rather walk and, not have teeth than not be able to walk. And even one of the teeth that I have in right now, that's the only reason why I have a full smile. The other one is a molar that's not in my smile line, thankfully. And the other one that's going to be removed will not be in my smile line either. So thankfully, those aren't things that I have to worry about right this second. What I do have to worry about is getting into my physical therapy and taking it seriously, doing what they tell me, everything they tell me to do, going for my 2nd month follow-up, and then starting to look for plane tickets for my 6th month follow-up. And also getting ready for my sweet niece, Sarah, her wedding at the end of June. So I will be traveling. We'll be driving to Lubbock. So that's about 6 hours. So I'm very interested to see if I'm going to be able to travel the entire time or if I'll have to stop. But those are things that you guys can continue to pray with me about. And I thank you so, so much for listening to me go on and on and on. And yes, I do realize that it is 2:30 in the morning, Dad. That is something that I'm still struggling with, is not getting the sleep that I need and not sleeping as much as I should. So thank you guys for listening, watching. I apologize again for not getting this out sooner. It's just, it hit me tonight. I was like, why don't I make a video? You can't erase the video. And please excuse everything behind me. I'm working on, I have 3 books going right now, and I have 1 book that I'm really starting to get a lot of the big planning out of the way. And then I just wrote an outline on another book that's not even listed up here. So I got to list that one. But anyway, if you ever want to check in, just look me up on Facebook, or if you have my number, call me, email me. I'm available. Love to talk to you. Love to chat. And just thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all that have given and to all that have lifted us up in prayer. It has been felt, and it has been a worthy endeavor. And I thank you, and good night, guys. Talk soon. Big hugs.